Several child deaths have made headlines this week, only a week after the latest report on child abuse landed before lawmakers hoping to offer better protection.
Plus, some UW employees still don't technically have their jobs. We examine why that is and how it puts them in a tricky position.
And some big news for parents of children under 5. A COVID vaccine for that age group could be coming sooner than you think. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. We begin with breaking news from Madison's east side.
Right now, crews are ventilating St. Denis Catholic School after a fire broke out. Crews arrived on the scene shortly after 2:30 this afternoon. They say the fire started in a lower level storage room inside the school. The school was evacuated and no injuries have been reported. At this time, it is unclear what caused the fire.
Children as young as 6 months old could soon be eligible for a COVID vaccine.
Today, Moderna asked the FDA for emergency use authorization for a COVID vaccine for children under 5. Last month, Moderna released results of a clinical trial involving 6,700 children under the age of 5. Officials say the vaccines are safe and common reactions were minimal, including pain at the injection site and a slight fever. Dr. William Hartman with UW Health says Moderna has more data to submit, but he expects the vaccine to be approved soon.
If everything goes pretty smoothly, I would think that shots would be available by the beginning of summer for these kids.
The emergency use request comes as new COVID infections creep higher nationwide.
Astrid Martinez has the latest.
Moderna's COVID vaccine for children between 6 months and 6 years would cover the 18 million young Americans not yet eligible for shots. Welcome news to this family.
It's kind of ridiculous because everyone else is going maskless and our kids are basically defenseless against all this.
The company wants the FDA to approve a 2-dose regimen, 1/4 of the strength of an adult dose.
People can be reassured and confident that these kids will get safely protected against disease.
The trials were primarily conducted during COVID's Omicron wave, and the vaccine appeared to generate the same volume of antibodies as it does in adults.
It protected from symptomatic infection anywhere from kind of mid-30s to high 40s or 50% in these children. What we know about these vaccines, though, is that what they're really good at is protecting against serious illness.
The FDA has promised to schedule a meeting in the next few weeks to review Moderna's application. The development comes as COVID infections are now up nearly 60% nationwide in the past 2 weeks.
In Washington, D.C., COVID has come uncomfortably close to the Oval Office, with Vice President Harris in quarantine with the virus. But President Biden is still planning to attend Saturday's White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Just like anything, it's a risk assessment and a decision he made on a personal basis.
The president plans to skip the meal to minimize his time there, hoping to limit the risk of exposure. Astrid Martinez, CBS News, New York.
Now, the only COVID vaccine available to children right now is Pfizer's shot for ages 5 and up. Another cloudy day for southern Wisconsin. It would be nice to see the sun again soon. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti out on the weather patio. He's got the latest.
Actually, Eric, we're getting a little bit of sunshine here. The clouds have thinned out a bit, but we could see a couple of showers pop up tonight and tomorrow. Better chances for rain arrive on tomorrow night into Saturday, but it'll also be milder. Visible cloud track shows we've had clouds for much of the day, but the clouds starting to thin out a little bit. There have been some showers move through areas south of Madison. Those are now out over Lake Michigan. Some showers and thunderstorms developing out to the west could move in here later on tonight, especially for areas north and west of Madison. But high-resolution radar right now, free of precipitation across southern Wisconsin. Low temperatures this morning started out cold enough that there were some flakes of snow mixed in with rain showers. Here in Madison, we are at 35 degrees for the low. High temperatures so far have been in the upper 40s away from Lake Michigan. Still temperatures there in the upper 30s to around 40 degrees, whereas southwestern Wisconsin sees temperatures in the 50s. And right now, temperatures range from the 40s from Madison to the north and east to the 50s over southwestern Wisconsin. Temperatures will hold really steady overnight. There'll be a chance for a shower tonight and a chance for a shower during the day tomorrow, but most of the time it'll be dry. Notice that high for tomorrow, up to 63 degrees. Showers and storms arriving tomorrow night into Saturday. I'll have more on that in the forecast in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. 27 children died of abuse or neglect in Wisconsin in 2020. That's the most recent year the state has finished processing those investigations.
That's a number on par with past years, ranging in the high teens to low 30s over the past decade, as our Naomi Coles explains.
In a hearing last week, the state's agency that oversees county-level child protective services in Wisconsin presented those findings to state lawmakers, reviewing their annual reports. It comes during a time when there's been headline after headline this week and last week detailing tragic child deaths in the state. I talked to state lawmakers who sit on committees for children and families in Wisconsin, and they believe that in at least a few of these cases, more could be done.
Making sure that we're finding ways to protect our children all across the board, but also making sure that we aren't missing anything. It bothers me when I hear that this is just such a small percentage compared to the sheer volume of kids that we're dealing with. At the end of the day, that's still a life.
Lawmakers I talked with referenced cases here in Madison, including one where missing parents are still on the run after being accused in their baby's 2020 death. And now a toddler dying this week on Madison's west side, where we know there was previous involvement from CPS. More from the lawmakers tonight at 6 o'clock.
We will see you at 6, Naomi. Thank you. Today was the first day of jury selection in the trial of Alexis and Lori Berry. The Mineral Point women were charged in the 2018 death of a 13-year-old girl who was in their care. A forensic pathologist determined that Celia Caden died from suffocation and physical abuse. Caden's parents, who live in North Carolina, had sent her to live with the Berrys due to behavioral problems at home. The two families had been close when they lived in Madison. Opening statements begin on Monday. Newly filed court documents show Quadrin Wilson has reached a tentative plea deal on drug charges. The 38-year-old first made headlines after he was shot by law enforcement during an arrest earlier this year. Prosecutors plan to charge him with possession of cocaine after police say they found the drug on him the day he was shot. Wilson is also charged with selling fentanyl, which prosecutors say led to a deadly overdose. Wilson will plead guilty or no contest to both charges, according to the deal. The state will agree to not issue any more drug charges against Wilson for offenses that might have happened prior to May 9th, 2022. The state and the defense also agreed to a 3-year prison sentence, followed by 3 years of extended supervision.
President Biden is asking Congress for $33 billion in additional aid to help Ukraine defend itself against Russia. That proposal includes more than $20 billion to keep artillery and armored vehicles flowing into the country. The president also wants to make it easier for the federal government to use assets seized from Russian oligarchs to compensate Ukraine.
We will not let Russia intimidate or blackmail their way out of these sanctions. We will not allow them to use their oil and gas to avoid consequences for their aggression.
9 weeks into the war now, Russia has intensified its attacks in eastern and southern Ukraine. Russian President Vladimir Putin has warned any country that interferes in Ukraine will face a, quote, lightning-fast response.
The Food and Drug Administration proposed a rule that would ban menthol from being used in the production of cigarettes. Officials say it's a necessary step to protect public health. Nearly 19 million people smoke menthol cigarettes. The FDA says taking menthol out of the cigarettes could result in saving 650,000 premature deaths over the next 4 decades. The CDC says overall smoking rates hit an all-time low in 2018, but it is still the top cause of preventable death. Well, it seems just about nowhere is safe from political games these days. Case in point, the fact that some of the people who oversee the entire UW system still don't formally have their jobs.
Years after being appointed. Basically comes down to politics here. It's a technicality that doesn't stop the regents from doing their work, but it puts them in a tricky spot. Political reporter Will Keneally explains how that came up during a discussion today. Will?
That's right. So a panel on the UW campus today included a UW regent. She's been on the board since Governor Tony Evers appointed her in 2020, but has not been confirmed by the state Senate. She's asked by a member of the audience, what's that like?
It's a very strange place to be.
But Board of Regents member Amy Blumenfeld-Bogost says it doesn't affect her job too much.
We make jokes about it. You know, when we look at our calendars and look toward January, we talk about, you know, well, if we're out of here, we'll go to Hawaii or something.
Next January could be the end of her tenure on the board if Evers does not win re-election and a new governor decides to appoint someone else.
It makes me sad as a citizen of this state that there's political fodder with confirmed and unconfirmed boards all over the state.
Regents normally serve 7-year terms, and with new appointments just last year, Evers now has a majority of seats on the board. They just aren't confirmed.
I would think that a new session is going to take a new look at all of those nominations.
I think it's a pretty cynical power ploy to just not confirm and hope that a new governor will be able to then stack the board immediately with his or her appointees.
But Bogos says her work goes on.
But we are lucky in the sense that we're seated at the table and we're functioning as a full board.
Bogos says 7 of the current board of regent members have not been confirmed. Evers has appointed 9 so far.
Will, thank you.
Baraboo is working on renovating its historic public library. The city held a groundbreaking ceremony today. The project is made possible thanks to a $6 million loan from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Baraboo's Carnegie Public Library first opened its doors in 1903 with a collection of 5,000 books. Library officials hope the renovation will help the library serve many more generations in the future. It is a one-of-a-kind spectacle in the plant world, and now you can experience it in person yourself. The corpse flower is just days from blooming at Oberk Botanical Gardens. But beware, the plant is well known for its stench of rotting flesh to attract prey once in bloom. It's been building up energy for nearly 12 years. It last bloomed back in 2010 with a height of 6 feet. You can see the plant at the Bulls Conservatory until 4 p.m. each day.
On this Take Your Child to Work Day, children of staff members at the Department of Workforce Development learned about the workforce. The event was called the DWD Cookie Factory. Children were split into groups and asked to come up with marketing concepts for their company. They also learned how to hire and train employees, safety protocols, and how to get their product to the public. The groups then presented their ideas and what they learned to Governor Tony Evers.
One of my favorite things that we came up with is like who's gonna like produce, like who's gonna like sponsor or like help our business. I came up with Kim Kardashian. Everybody voted for Kim Kardashian. It was really fun.
Sounds like a plan. After the presentation, the kids participated in a prototype cookie decorating session to see what their cookie designs would look like. Only a few more days left to vote for Best of Madison. Final voting ends on Saturday. You can only vote once per category, so consider your pick and make your vote count. Best of Madison poll will qualify vote getters residing throughout Dane County, plus cities in other surrounding counties. For more information and to vote, look for this story on our homepage at channel3000.com. Political fireworks on Capitol Hill. The Department of Homeland Security faces questions about potential changes at the border.
Next at 5, details of the department's plan to address an expected increase in immigration. And at 6, find out how global warming is impacting what we grow and where here in Wisconsin.
And the ups and downs continue on Wall Street today. An upswing. The Dow adds 614 points. The Nasdaq jumps more than 382. S&P 500 climbs 103.5. And we'll be right back.
At Star N Bank, we think having choices is important, so you can choose the products that are right for your life. What are you waiting for? Explore the possibilities today at starnbank.com.
Double up on savings exclusively at Grand Appliance during the Spring Savings Double Up Sale. Get double rebates on select purchases of our most popular appliance and grill brands and unbeatable package deals. Like this Frigidaire 4-piece kitchen with counter-depth refrigerator for just $23.92. Or this LG 4-piece kitchen for just $29.36. Shop your local showroom or grandappliance.com. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
Get your spring cleanup going this year with help from Menards. Clean up your trees and shrubs with this cordless pole saw from Works. It easily converts from chainsaw to pole saw and can reach up to 12 feet. Right now, it's just $144.99 after 11% rebate. Generac's Rapid Start Portable Generator provides backup power with just the turn of a dial. Hurry into Menards because right now, all Generac generators are 11% off.
Save big money at Menards.
Culver
Tours couldn't have started anywhere but in Sauk City, Wisconsin. Still today, we are a family restaurant. Here, nearby farms grow the food we eat, smiles are contagious, and everyone is someone's neighbor. It's a place where our love of fresh food is as strong as our love for each other. It's a feeling of welcome you'll notice the moment you stop by. Because where we come from has made us who we are, and for that, we couldn't be more proud. Welcome to Delicious.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living, and through no fault of their own, they're being left behind? If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Today's the day to go farther with a partner that provides you innovative solutions for your own personal financial future. Explore the possibilities today at starandbank.com.
News 3 Now is taking action to keep you on top of the latest breaking news.
Taking action whenever news breaks with a team committed to following developing stories so you'll know all the facts.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and you'll get my customized forecast for tonight and tomorrow.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
America's economy is unexpectedly shrinking. The nation's gross domestic product, a key measure of economic activity, declined in the first quarter, down 1.4%, the worst quarter since the start of the pandemic. While consumer spending increased, inflation remains high. Chart-topping gas prices in response to Russia's war in Ukraine are also hitting Americans in their pockets.
Most recently, the global pandemic and now Russia's invasion of Ukraine underscore the likelihood of large economic shocks and disruptions that must be addressed.
2 straight quarters of declining growth usually amount to a recession. Experts think it is unlikely to stop the Fed from raising interest rates to tackle rising inflation.
Next at 5, lawmakers grilled the Homeland Security Secretary again today over the White House push to end Title 42.
That is the pandemic rule that allows migrants to be turned away at the southern border over COVID concerns. Natalie Brand has more.
However, it is important to the partisan divide over the southern border was on full display as DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas faced questions and at times attacks before the House Judiciary Committee.
My constituents want you impeached because they believe you've committed treason.
They have high interest in border theater. They're not interested in solving problems.
DHS is preparing for a potential spike in migration with next month's plan to wind down Title 42, the pandemic-era health rule which has effectively closed the border to most asylum seekers.
They're going to make matters worse when they rescind Title 42.
Title 42 is a public health measure, not an immigration control strategy. This secretary's plan includes surging resources to the border, expanding migrant processing, expediting removal for those who don't qualify for asylum, tapping non-government agencies to help, and also cracking down on human smugglers.
We inherited a broken and dismantled system that is already under strain. Only Congress can fix this.
Even ahead of the policy change, DHS says it's facing historic levels of migration. Apprehensions at the border soared last month to a 22-year high.
Throughout the world, the number of individuals displaced from their home countries is greater now than it ever has been. And we are working in response to a regional challenge with a regional solution.
The political fight on Capitol Hill over Title 42 comes as a legal fight is playing out in the courts. A federal judge has ordered the rule to stay in place for now while he weighs the arguments. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Today, Secretary Mayorkas said more than 200 migrant children who were separated from their families under the previous administration have been reunited. Around 1,000 remain separated. Let's get a look now at your certified most accurate weather. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Well, and three things we need to know in the forecast. Look for a shower chance tonight, but with yearly steady temperatures, so we won't get as cold as we were last night. And guess what? We actually have a couple of days of mild weather with a brief shot of lower 60s for high temperatures for tomorrow and for Saturday as well. Now, comes at a little bit of a price because we have showers and thunderstorms in the forecast, especially tomorrow night into Saturday and Saturday evening. As we take a look at rain vision, rainfall accumulations, you can see that less than 1/4 of an inch of rain fell mainly from far southern Dane County southward, north of Madison, very little in the way of rain. But you get into parts of eastern Iowa, and some areas picked up between about a 1/2 inch and an inch of rain. And as we look at high-resolution radar right now, things have actually cleared out across southern Wisconsin. The showers from earlier now into Indiana. There are a couple of showers and thunderstorms in southern Minnesota. They're moving eastward, and we could see those later on tonight into tomorrow. Now, those thunderstorms that I mentioned tomorrow night into Saturday, the Storm Prediction Center does have a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms for Saturday afternoon and early Saturday evening ahead of a cold front into southern Wisconsin. So that bears some watching. And temperatures in the lower 60s, getting into the point to where you have to start worrying about the potential for severe weather, especially with a rather strong storm system moving through the Midwest. And that'll bring in a fair amount of moisture. We're looking at somewhere between about 1/4 and a 1/2 inch of rain generally across southern Wisconsin, with some areas that see the stronger thunderstorms, and it's hard to pinpoint exactly where those will occur, but some of those areas will see somewhere between about a 1/2 inch and an inch of rain, or maybe even a little bit more. Temperatures right now still kind of cool here, 47 in Madison, but to the south and west, temperatures warm up pretty quickly. There's still a front across southern Iowa dividing temperatures in the 40s here to temperatures that are in the upper 70s and lower 80s across southern Nebraska and Kansas. And dew point temperatures are starting to climb into the 50s as far north as southwestern Iowa and eastern portions of Nebraska. And again, some of that moisture will get pulled in as that storm system moves through. You can see the jet stream right now just to our south, keeping us on the cool side of things. The jet stream starting to dip a little bit more in the west, starting to generate a storm system that eventually will take this warm front and lift it far enough north that we can get into the 60s for tomorrow and for Saturday. But in the short term, a couple of thunderstorms developing north of the front into southern Minnesota, even though temperatures there are still in the 40s and 50s. So we can't rule out a rain chance tonight and tomorrow before the better chances arrive from Friday night into Saturday. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy, milder, a chance for a shower. Most of the day, though, will be dry with a high temperature of 63. That'll be nice. On future track, you can see, again, maybe a chance for a shower tonight, but temperatures holding nearly steady in the low to mid 40s. We climb into the lower 60s tomorrow. The better chances for showers and thunderstorms arrive tomorrow night and into Saturday as high temperatures again get in the lower 60s. But again, with that cold front coming in from the west, we'll have to watch out for an isolated stronger thunderstorm. Rainfall amounts about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch with some heavier amounts in the heavier thunderstorms. 7 to 10 day forecast, we drop back to 58 on Sunday, 58 on Monday, just mainly clouds that day, but then rain from on Tuesday, and then another shot of rain from late Wednesday into Thursday and Friday, keeping temperatures cool. We'll have to wait until next weekend to see temperatures back in the 60s. As we check out first warn traffic, right now in the Beltline, this is the view of the Beltline at John Nolan Drive. Eastbound Beltline has been pretty slow all afternoon. Right now, seeing delays from around Monona Drive through the John Nolan interchange and all the way back to almost Verona Road. As far as travel times are concerned, 15 minutes in the westbound direction on the Beltline, but 23 minutes in the eastbound Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. No problems on the I-39-90 from the Beltline to Janesville, US 12 Middleton to Sauk City, or downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151. That's your News 3 Now first warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. It is draft night, Packer fans, and for the first time, Sin City gets to host. We'll show you how they've decked out the strip for the NFL. That's next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Brothers Maine has been family-owned since 1938. Some of us were born into this family, and others chose to join through the years. We know you can't replace family, but you can replace appliances, and Brothers Maine is here for you when one breaks down. Our in-house team has delivered ranges to washers to refrigerators to hectic households in a pinch, oftentimes the next day. Just because an appliance breaks down doesn't mean you have to. We're not big box. We're Brothers Maine, and we want you to feel like family here.
Sunroom saving season is here. Four Seasons has a great way to beat the backyard blues and save 20 to 25%. Let's cover your deck with a screen room or 3 Seasons porch. We can turn your screen porch into an enclosed screen porch or put a pergola on your patio. All on sale now. Let Coolview show you how to tame your backyard and improve your lifestyle. Call for a free backyard survey, design, and quote.
Get a new view from Cool View.
When you drive a Honda, the adventures go on and on. Follow your adventures with the rugged power of Honda, the brand owners are calling the most fun to drive. Hurry into a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of industry-leading Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Take advantage of exceptional financing offers from your local Cub Cadet dealer today. To find the dealer near you, visit CubCadetDealers.com.
It shouldn't take a storm of biblical proportions to find out who you can count on. It shouldn't take a 4-foot diameter oak tree in your kitchen to find out who you can trust. It shouldn't take the worst to bring out our best. But sometimes it does. And that's the silver lining.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back, everyone. Las Vegas was supposed to host the NFL draft in 2020, but the pandemic delayed those plans.
So 2 years later, Sin City finally gets its chance. Daniel Backus has more details from Vegas.
The stage in front of the Bellagio fountains is set, and the Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock for the first pick in the draft.
By now, we usually know who the first pick is, maybe the second pick. We have no idea in this draft, which makes it incredibly intriguing.
The fans will watch the stars of tomorrow have their names called from the NFL Draft Experience about a block away from the main stage.
It's an outstanding, surreal moment to be involved in, even for us as media individuals and fans. Every year, the excitement continues to increase, and the anticipation makes this event so big.
There will be plenty to keep the fans excited while the teams decide who to pick, including concerts from Weezer and Ice Cube, as well as Vegas acts such as Chris Angel and the Blue Man Group.
It's taken years of planning to get to today, but the one thing the NFL can't control is the weather. Las Vegas is under a red flag warning with wind gusts of up to 45 miles per hour expected.
People can get injured in winds up to 40 miles an hour or more.
The NFL is optimistic everything will continue as planned and everyone will be safe, but they have contingency plans in place.
Sometimes they'll halt the water show there in the Bellagio Lake and the fountains because of the winds, because once that water starts shooting up so high in the air, that spray will carry. So you could get a little bit of a bath.
The hometown Las Vegas Raiders fans will have to wait to find out who will be joining their team. The Raiders don't have a pick until the third round. Danya Backus, CBS News, Las Vegas.
Round 1 starts tonight at 7. The Packers pick 22nd, 28th, rounds 2 and 3 tomorrow. It'll wrap up Saturday with rounds 4 through 7. We'll be right back.
The lowest prices of the season sale is happening now at Ashley. Save up to $1,100 on Serta Perfect Sleeper. Save up to $500 on a Purple mattress. Get $300 in free furniture on Tempur-Pedic, plus special financing and guaranteed 5-day delivery on in-stock items. Only at Ashley.
It's time. Get back to your health and fitness goals by joining Anytime Fitness for just $1. Now through May 2nd. Get a coach, get going, get fit. Join Anytime Fitness for just $1. Now through May 2nd. Hurry in today.
Are your windows drafty, broken, or your energy bills on the rise? The Champion family is here to help you stay comfortable in your home all year long.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
Everything we love about Wisconsin is under attack. As an Army commander, I served God, family, and country. But the media, they say none of that matters anymore. When I was a kid, every day at school, I took the pledge. In the service, I took an oath. But today, people take a knee. When I was 9 years old, my dad handed me a shovel and put me to work. Nowadays, people get paid to sit on the couch. And back then, you called somebody lazy, it was a huge insult. But today, you get a pronoun wrong, and the liberals want your head. I'm Tim Michels. The radical left, they're destroying everything we love about America. And too many establishment Republicans, they're along for the ride. I'm not some career politician. I'm a self-made businessman who doesn't give a rip about the special interests or their money. I'm Tim Michels. I'm running for governor to turn Madison upside down and take back the freedoms that make Wisconsin great.
Tim Michels for governor. He'll turn Madison upside down.
Trust your feet to Morgan's shoes.
Birkenstock, a trusted name you've come to know, is back in stock. Birkenstock is footwear built for adventure, all-day play, and even an effortless wedge. A new heel with the same great feel. With nearly 250 years in the fine art of shoemaking, choosing Birkenstock means choosing the best in quality, comfort, and craftsmanship.
Comfort with style. Trust your feet to Morgan Shoes.
Morgan Shoes, Hilldale.
Hey everybody, who's coming to the big show? Meet me at Vet Aid, Saturday, June 11th at Oakshot Gaming and Casino in Wisconsin Dells for an all-day outdoor event. Come out for classic cars, trucks, and motorcycles during the day and stay for the concert at night. Featuring country superstar Trace Atkins, Runaway June, The Mascot Theory, and Beth Killyman. All benefiting Eat and Housing for Heroes. Visit VetAidWI.com for more details.
The lowest prices of the season sale is happening now at Ashley. Up to 64% off hot new looks. Plus, get an additional 10% off at checkout. Doorbuster savings throughout the store. And pay no interest for 36 months. Only at Ashley.
Well, there's Doppler track. You can see some showers and thunderstorms in southern Minnesota, but right now, southern Wisconsin, precipitation free. Temperature is still on the cool side, upper 40s to lower 50s.
CBS Evening News is next. We're back in 30 for News 3 Now at 6.